Okay, part of this is going to be just answering questions with WAPTEK, but I'm going to do the update about the Republic of Florida white supremacists who participated in their paramilitary drills in Tallahassee, who really did wear a Make America Great Again Trump hat and patriotic t-shirts that really just hated on Muslims as terrorists and bombers, and that's about it. And always had his hair short, like anybody should really care about that. The fake Antiva t-shirt account that displays the 24-year-old person who's unrelated named Marcel Fontaine has also been posted, trying to make it all about the shooter in Florida not being a hyper-conservative, right-wing, militiaist, Nazi. So everybody who's doing pushback on that, they're going to keep it up, because one of the things we've all learned, everybody's learned, whether it's Antifa or Bernie Bros, some of you might remember those, or anybody in the Green Party, anybody who has an extreme attitude, they will keep doubling down because they need to push back against narratives, like facts. I don't even know if this is completely true, but the group called Republic of Florida is taking credit for him being part of the group. Sort of the polar opposite of the guy who rammed the Antifa people in Charlottesville, them saying, oh no, we're not that group, we're an identically named group over here with everything the same. A fascist organization. At least this group took credit for their little psycho. No, he's not an Islamic fundamentalist. He's a Trump-supporting asshole. He could be a Hillary-supporting asshole. Doesn't matter. He's still an asshole. He killed a bunch of people in Florida. A 36-year-old bail bondsman, guy, YouTuber Ben Benight, flagged a comment he had posted under one of his videos. He doesn't remember which one. He emailed a screenshot of it to the FBI, the Bureau's Mississippi field office. Agents got back to him immediately and conducted an in-person interview the following day. This happened September 24th of last year, apparently. They came to his office the next morning and asked him if he knew about the person. He didn't. They took a copy of the screenshot, and that was all he heard from him until they contacted him after the shooting in Florida. So it's most likely the same person. I need the URL to that YouTube channel. I need the URL to the Google account. I need it not to get erased all the time. It was apparently visible yesterday, and somebody saw it, but they don't include any URL links because they know if I can get to it within the first 24 to 48 hours, I can retrieve it. I can dig the damn thing back out. But apparently both of the Instagram accounts really are him. There is one fake one, and if anybody says they have proof that he's part of Antifa, they're pushing back against him being a white supremacist and an extremist right-winger. And also if they claim, oh, he's Cuban or he's Latino, it's like, whatever. The pushback is real. Or surreal. Next, there's a lot of updates to all of it on Heavy and that sort of thing that are going to be linked below. You just read them. And the thing is, this can change at any time. It could be completely wrong. He might not actually be part of this paramilitary extremist group in Florida at all. I mean, literally, it could be them just trying to make themselves famous because they're around for about a year and they're called the Republic of Florida. Nobody's heard of that. There's a Republic of Pacifica in Portland, but we do that as a way to mock people. I'm an advanced hollerer and rock thrower, and I help the Pacific tree octopus because I'm a Sasquatchian. We make fun of these people by making up our own groups the same way. Maybe that's what's going on. I don't know. But I'm sorry. There's enough data there that he's probably a right-wing whatever. But I don't really think that I'm going to say this, even though that plays into me being able to poke fun at people or mess with them when they post the other stuff trying to make them a libtard. It doesn't matter. He shot a bunch of people. He passed background checks, and then I get people posting he's from Cuba or some other deflection and distraction comments. Can we stay with what's actually real, please? Why does it always have to go into surreal estate? So, did he go about shooting all the brown kids or something? Something tells me you're going to have a heavy political bias, which means you shouldn't be trusted. No, the person who posted this recently realized, no, everybody's onto the fact that a bunch of right-wingers are trying to make him look like a libtard and got caught with him being probably a right-wing white supremacist. And for some reason, a lot of Trump supporters are very oversensitive about anybody who's a white supremacist getting caught. You're showing your shorts. Pull your pants back up. You're sagging. So anyway. But anyway, the 24-year-old guy named Marcel Fontaine that's wearing the Antifa t-shirt on the fake account probably has nothing to do with it. And heck, he might have been doing it ironically, making fun of Antifa. So just leave the guy alone, please. He didn't do anything, I don't think. But anyway. Let's get on to the rest of the just asking questions with the WAPTEK at the 5-minute and 30-second mark, okay? Okay, back to the normal crazy stuff. What about all the scientists and pilots saying this is a real problem with chemtrails? Okay, so you're going to have 33,000 climate scientists that turn out not to be climate scientists for climate change denial. And for the pilots and scientists, you've got anonymous sources that could easily be just duped, or people who you find out later aren't really pilots. Like every one of them so far has turned out to be somebody who's literally one of them was a janitor. That's also like the guy who worked at NASA who was literally a janitor who claimed to have inside information. He was essentially a janitor. Even the janitors there have to have PhDs or something, but seriously. One guy was in HR. Okay, that would actually be a place to get information about human resources and be a whistleblower. What happened? He brought up how he met space aliens. That's not what happens if you're in HR. Okay, thanks. So anyway, the whistleblowing scientists and dead scientists are always dead and whistleblowing. And pilots. And you didn't give me a list. Next. Explain all the aluminum in soil samples. Bound aluminum will be found, but not pure aluminum in its single state. Single state? Are you a homeopathic chemtrailer? Which is actually what is being found in soil samples. No, what's found in soil samples is compounds only. That has actually been explored already. Asked and answered. Next question, counselor. And because we can't... this thing in Florida will distract all the conspiracy theorists, so they stop posting crap about Las Vegas, right? WAPTEK, this has nothing to do with your video, with the video. What you're saying is he killed more in front of the stage due to better line of sight than anywhere else in concert. No, it was closer to him, and it had a line of sight at all. He was trying to shoot where the majority of people were. I specified that in the video. Straw man me later. I'm going to call you guys hay balers, because you make straw men all the time. Hey baler. Azabala. So anyway. So, no, that's not what I said. You don't think it was because the stupid effing people turned the lights back on above the stage. You have to look up all of the occurrences where concerts or other get-togethers have resulted in people trampling each other. During an emergency, people panic and run. If you don't have the lights on, you can't navigate. You run over people or trip and fall and get run over. This is actually literally part of the rules that at the last two venues I went to that I was actually working at, doing ordinary work like working the door. And that was for a building. With a maximum capacity of 300 people. A lot like something people like to straw man about happening in... Oh, never mind, we won't go there. No Pulse nightclub references. I love it when people misquote laws and rules to me that I had to actually learn about. Anyway, let's go. No, I don't think it was because of the lighting being turned on, although everybody has pointed that out. It might have actually contributed to the guy being able to be shooting him. People dying right below the stage lights. They were all there in the first place. They were crowded towards the stage. Have you ever been to a concert? Could you tell when Alden was running to the back corner from the audience that the smoke machine was turned on to block him being seen? Exit stage right, exit stage left, dramatic exit, automatically what the person on the stage would do if someone left the stage to distract, so he could come back in because he needed to go to the restroom. No, I'm not kidding. That's actually something that might be done on a stage. You might want to ask them at the venue, or look at previous occurrences, previous stage shows. Why am I bringing up such a ridiculous example? Because I was the one running the smoke machine, not at this concert, but at another one once. And the guy told me, I'm old. He's an old guy. I don't even know what band he was in. He was just an old guy. I was the venue guy. And if I need to leave the stage, I'm going to have them play, and I'm going to walk off stage, act like I'm taking a break. I'm going to the restroom, turn on the fog machine, and block my pathway. No, I'm not kidding. That was actually requested of me. This is a long time ago. But I can think of literally 100 better reasons for that to happen. But you can decide that it was done as a smokescreen so that the shooting would be more efficient, which is what you do. You can see him being jumpy before he decides to run. Yeah, he might have subconsciously been aware of the shooting because he might have subconsciously heard the shots. Lots of people did. People were running out of there not knowing why. I don't know why, but we're leaving. If you get the gut feeling you want to leave a venue you spent X number of dollars to get into, and someone's like, oh, no, let's stay. You say to them, I'm leaving, run with me or don't, and then leave. Do not argue with anybody. Just, if my instincts say get the heck away from somebody, I get away from them. Why? Because when I don't listen to my instincts, bad things happen. This is my second take because of the guy over here screaming that he was going to tell everybody on YouTube where I am. Or not. I couldn't actually hear what he was saying. Some guy yelling. I think he was yelling at his cell phone because he had his music on and he was yelling at a cell phone. Or was he? Okay, let's get back to you saying this cork soaker turned the lights on to make sure people got shot. Why did he hesitate? How in the F do you ever hear gunshots over amplifiers blasting? They're called ear monitors. They're used for killing off part of the sound so you can hear yourself. People set them to different settings, including noise kill. It wouldn't compensate for a shotgun or a gunshot. He might have heard the gunshot more. That music should have blocked anything he was hearing, especially that far from the Mandalay Bay. Really? And then you say this. The rapid fire is louder than the .308 rifle. I've been in gun ranges. They're deafening compared to the percussion of an AR-15. So maybe he heard it because it was louder? You're claiming one of them's louder than the other. I don't know. Why don't you science and suss this out for me, please? Or go to a supply place that gives equipment, that sells equipment to people doing concerts, and test it to see if it can tolerate rapid transient filtering. Rapid transient filtering. No, it's not a joke about being homeless. They had knowledge it was going to happen before it happened. Bullshit. Is that clear? Did I make it clear? Bullshit. If you knew someone was shooting, you're not assuming that it wasn't shooting going on. Why would you be anywhere near the line of sight at all? Oh, well, he's doing it because he's a patriot to the evil overlord New World Order, or he didn't know it was going to happen like everybody else didn't know it was going to happen. Lots of people in the crowd responded even before he did. People were running out of that venue long before he acted jumpy. They could hear it easier. That means it's based on the sound, which means you're actually stating that the amplifier really did cover the sound. He was subconsciously aware of it, or maybe he observed people in the audience freaking out and didn't know why, and it made him scared. You could actually watch the interview he had. Maybe he said something about it. So let's review the video. Number one, fake Antifa pages versus real Republic of Florida white supremacist group associated with the shooter in Florida. Stop saying it's a liberal or a Muslim. Shut up. Yes, the last 10 times any of you did that, you were wrong. Just keep reposting. No, it won't be posted anymore. Now that we have really good indication, at least, that he was probably right-wing instead of left-wing, I didn't know until today, I'm not letting you post. I won't erase it, but I won't let it post unless you provide corroboration. Among other things. Next, the FBI was warned about him, and we have a failure of the system. Do we actually flag people now? Can we do that? If I post something psychotic, should I be denied access to a gun? You decide. Comment below. Next, chemtrail aluminum people who don't actually read the results of the chemtrail tests. And the last thing is someone saying, again, Las Vegas shooting, no, somebody else has to be involved in it. It can't just be one person who's responsible. Let's spread out the guilt. Do you understand how stupid that sounds? Now, I want you to edit this. I'm not erasing it. I want you to edit it for reality's sake. Take out all the other stuff unless you have proof that Jason Alden is involved. Prove it. Otherwise, I'm not letting it post. I just won't. So you get featured. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that. But I think you went off the rails on the crazy train today. Bye.